Hi, I'm Ilana.
And I'm Kennedy, and this is the Wildcat News for Friday, February 17th.
Students, make sure you're wearing your IDs.
If you don't have your ID today, then you need to get a temporary ID from your homeroom teacher.
Please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here are today's announcements.
It's time to find out what's for lunch today.
There are only 4 days left to pre-order yearbooks. This Friday is your last day. Bring your $35 to Miss Adams in room 117 before school.
Because the Wildcat News missed doing Teacher of the Week last week, we will celebrate 2 Teachers of the Week today.
Hey, Miss Harvey. You got Teacher of the Week. Oh, cool. Miss Harvey is nice and caring, and she cares about her students.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Miss Brittany, get jumped on.
She is always willing to help her students when they need it.
She is a very fun teacher and makes learning fun.
Oh, thank you so much.
She don't look surprised at all.
It's time to learn about the important person in Black history.
Hey, it's Jeremiah, and right now we're going to learn about the civil rights movement for kids. And today we're talking about a historic case in the U.S. Supreme Court called Brown versus Board of Education. Getting a good education is very important, and people travel to attend school here in the United States of America from around the world. From elementary schools to universities, you will see a diverse group of people from different nationalities filling up classrooms. But it wasn't always like that here in the United States. Actually, up until 1954, classrooms were quite different than they are today, not allowing African American students to attend school with white students there too. Now, I don't know about you, but that definitely doesn't sound fair to me. But this was allowed because of a previous court case in 1896 that said segregation was okay, which meant that schools could keep white and African American students separate. Now, there is an organization that still exists today called the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP. This organization started to fight back with small efforts in the 1930s by fighting in courts around the countries that allowed segregation in school districts. Having success on a local and state level, they took their fight one step higher. The NAACP stood up to fight this unfair treatment in the highest court of the land, the United States Supreme Court. They had their counsel, Thurgood Marshall, argue the case in front of the Supreme Court to stop laws that made African Americans have to be separate in classrooms from white students. A fun fact about Thurgood Marshall is later he became the first African American Supreme Court justice on the United States Supreme Court in U.S. history. That is when on May 17, 1954, the Supreme Court handed down its decision to strike down segregation in schools. With their decision, this forced schools who kept African Americans separate from whites to allow integration. What integration means is they had to make a way to integrate, meaning to bring African Americans back into the same classrooms mixed together with white students. The Supreme Court also helped by making rules to make sure that this got done, because a lot of times when laws got passed, people took their time because they wanted to keep things the way they were in the past. Later on, after the Supreme Court made these laws and gave guidelines, it changed the classroom environment that we are seeing today. And now you see integrated classrooms with all ethnicities being allowed in schools today. Well, that was all for me on a quick lesson with Brown versus the Board of Education and Civil Rights History for Kids.
Monday is President's Day, so there will be no school.
That's all the announcements for today. Make it a great day or not.
The choice is yours.
Don't give up, I won't give up. Don't give up, no, no, no. Don't give up, I won't give up. Don't give up, no, no, no. I'm free to be the greatest, I'm a liar. I'm free to be the greatest here tonight. The greatest.
If you don't have your ID today, then you need to get a temporary ID.
It's time to find out what's for lunch.